Hello everyone, welcome to the Colour Mirrors Bookshop. My name's Karani and this will be the first of what we hope will be many readings from myself and the other authors in the Colour Mirrors family who have written books about colour and colour mirrors. We're really excited to have this page up and running now, and we hope that this will be a place where you can come and find out more about colour and colour mirrors, find out more about the books that have been written about it, and ask questions. And we're really looking forward to connecting with you, our readers. And thank you so much for the support that you give us. We do appreciate it so very, very much. So today I'm going to be offering you a reading from a new book. It's a book that Melissa and I have been working on for quite a long time now. And it's basically, it was brought about because we had already a book about colour mirrors that was written by a wonderful lady called Pippa Merivale many years ago now. And this book was called Colour Works. Now, because it was so long ago that this book was written, we have felt for a very long time that we need to update the book and add to it because there have just been so many bottles added to the system since Colour Works was written. So it has been a work in progress for a long time, and it hasn't ever really taken precedence. Everything else has got in the way. Other things have come in and have been given priority. Finally now this book is starting to be ready to see the light of day. Still a little way off yet, so be patient. But we are starting to get closer towards completion. And once we've finished the writing, then obviously there's all the editing to be done, and then it will be getting produced. We're going to have colour photographs in it. We're going to cover each of the oil bottles in the colour mirrors system, 1 to 36, all the chakra bottles, C1 to C15, and all the Gaia bottles, G1 to G36. So as you can imagine, that's a lot of writing. It's been an amazing, amazing experience to be writing this book with Melissa, and I feel very honoured and privileged to be contributing to it. It's been a real joy, but also it is time consuming. You know, there are just so many bottles now, 87 of them, 87 oils to write about. So in each of the stories that we write about the bottles, we are going into greater depth about what each bottle means, what it represents, how we can use it, the gifts that it has to offer us, and some of the challenges that it might bring up as well. We are also including stories about as many of the bottles as we can from people who have used the bottles, who have had experiences that we feel would be beneficial to share. So if any of you do have great stories to share about a bottle that you've used that has brought about an insight, a change, some inspiration for you, that has brought some healing for you, then we would love to hear from you. So private message me or post a message in the Facebook page or contact me, and via my website, which is www.korani.net. That's Korani.net. So at some point in the future, I will be reading from the books that I've already produced. But today, for a starter, I thought you might just like to have a sneak preview of the new book, The Wisdom of Colour Mirrors by Melissa and myself. And so the bottle I've chosen to read to you about is bottle 14, which is this one. It's called Movement, and it's pale turquoise over pale turquoise. So this bottle softens and opens the heart chakra and lungs and allows us to breathe and relax. At the same time, there is a sense of anticipation that something exciting is on the way. This bottle is all about positive potential, possibility, and opportunity. Its energy is fresh and fluid and new, and it has an impetus and a flow to it, which enable us to get moving. Its name, Movement, says it all. This bottle indicates that things are falling into place. It says the changes we're making are positive. It's time to trust the flow and let ourselves be taken to exactly where we need to be. This bottle says we've been brought to exactly where we need to be so far, so why would that change? Bottle 14. Turquoise is the colour that, more than any other, guides us into the realms of faith and trust. It's about stepping into a much bigger, more creative aspect of who we believe ourselves to be, and recognizing that we've always been guided, always held, always moved on to the next step on the journey, even if we've resisted and fought, kicking and screaming. This colour and this bottle ask what would happen if we stopped fighting, opened the door to trust, opened to the possibility that everything is, in fact, exactly as it needs to be. What if we were to own and acknowledge that our divine self is in charge, is guiding the boat, is steering our course, and that our own innate guidance sensors will take us wherever is required for our ongoing evolution and keep us safe? Evolution, movement, change. These are fundamentally who we are. We did not come to this earth to be stagnant, to get stuck, to fall down a hole and stay there. We came to grow, to learn, to experience, to teach, to share. When we're drawn to bottle 14, it says, now is our time for all that and more. Time to open to the new, to the unexpected, to change, and to be willing to make connections. They may just lead us in new and exciting directions. Bottle 14 is like a hub of communication. It says, now is the time to express who we are, to open our heart out to the world and tell it what we know, what we have to share. It's time to engage the inner writer and artist, to open to our creative channels, to take ourselves into the world with the information and creative expression we have to share with others. It is time to get our creative work noticed, because it might just be bigger than we realize. This bottle relates very much to the new era, the Aquarian age, the technological revolution on the planet. It's a great support for those who struggle with technology, helping us feel safe with the new technology so that we might use its power to get our message out into the world. It's often chosen by the star children, the indigos, kids who appear to be born with an inbuilt microchip. It makes them feel at home, that here at last on the planet is their vibration, their frequency. It is often chosen by teenagers, especially those with skin problems, who may be harboring a belief that their face to the world is somehow not acceptable, or that who they are and what they have to offer is not recognized or valued. This bottle is like a grounding cord for them. It makes it safe to be here, acts like an anchor, pulls them in. It also connects us all back to the incredible potential we held at 14, even if we didn't recognize it then. Turquoise spans the whole of the emotional spectrum, every emotional response, from the vibrant expression of pure heart-based love to the absolute shutdown of feelings. Many star children come in with hearts wide open, then close down their feelings because of the density of vibration on this planet. They experience extreme sensitivity in an environment that does not generally value or acknowledge that. They also tend to feel absolutely everything that anyone else is feeling, which quickly becomes simply too painful. And so the barriers go up and the feelings get shut down. Sometimes this can begin with not wanting to feel because it is too painful or overwhelming, and then turn into an absolute inability to feel. What we've seen with this bottle, beautiful bottle 14, is that it can open the floodgates, literally reawakening the feelings, letting the tears come after years or even decades of damming them up. It helps unlock the feelings and make it safe to experience them again. It is not always just the density of vibration on the planet that causes us to shut off our feelings. For some, it is a lingering sense of what happened in Atlantis. Whatever your beliefs or thoughts about what Atlantis was, a place, a dimension, a planet, a myth, what really matters is what is left over from it, which affects us in this lifetime. The things we hold on to, which we now need to let go of, as well as the information the wisdom and the knowledge we can bring through from it for this new era. Atlantis is embedded in our psyche somewhere, in some form or other, and there are a lot of people with often unconscious memories of Atlantis, memories of something going wrong, of guilt, of where we messed up. Did we do something so terrible that our homeland disappeared underneath the water? Maybe that was the beginning of the fall, the guilt that has lived inside our psyche since time began. This bottle is about washing the cells clean of all that, helping us to see the perfection and to trust that all was exactly as it needed to be, no matter how it appeared on the surface. Whatever is causing stagnation, blocks, or fear of going forward, the job of this bottle, bottle 14, is to put us back in the flow again. This bottle is an unblocker, softening our path and opening us to trust so that we can flow where our soul guides us. In the flow of divinely orchestrated movement, it then becomes safe to share the creative jewels we carry within and to allow them to create ripples of movement for others. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was just a brief excerpt from the forthcoming book by myself and Melissa called The Wisdom of Colour Mirrors. Well, that's its working title anyway. We will keep in touch with you and let you know as it progresses, as we get closer to publication. As I say, it's still a little way off yet, so please be patient with us. But do feel free to ask any questions that you have, to make any comments. And I want to thank you very much for your time and for connecting with us today. My website, if you want to know more, is korani.net, www.korani.net, where you'll also find my other books, The Language of Light, Golden Keys to Ascension, A Book of Platinum Light, which is an ebook, and Colour Conversations, which is also an ebook. Thank you again, and namaste.